story. We're going to go to my friend Q. Q, welcome to the show. And Sharon, if you would start playing taps. Q, please go ahead and start reading the names of the soldiers who've been killed in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Michael Adams. First Sergeant Michael Barnhill. Sergeant Payne Baum. Specialist Robert Benson. Lance Corporal Brian Bertrand. Staff Sergeant Marvin Best. Corporal Joseph Spear. Sergeant J. Blessing. Specialist Joseph Flickenstaff. Lance Corporal Nicholas Bloom. Corporal Travis Braddocknall. Lance Corporal Cedric Brun. Staff Sergeant Christopher Brunda. Staff Sergeant Michael Serbank. CFC Cody Calavan. First Lieutenant Jamie Campbell. Sergeant First Class Nathan Chapman. Lance Corporal Daniel Chavez. Specialist Jeremy Christensen. Field First Class Regina Clark. Second Lieutenant Benjamin Colgan. Captain Aaron Contreras. Sergeant Jason Cook. Staff Sergeant Casey Crate. Staff Sergeant Kevin Davis. Sergeant Jacob Demand. Specialist Christopher Dickinson. Specialist Blaine Ebert. Sergeant Justin Iley. Sergeant Damian Feike. Specialist Leslie Frederick. Sergeant Nathan Hayes. Specialist Justin Herbert. Specialist Jacob Herring. Lance Corporal John Homerson. Lance Corporal James Houston. Sergeant Michael Edanen. Specialist Benjamin Eisenberg. PFC Joseph Jeffrey. Specialist David Johnson. Sergeant Kurt Jordan. Lance Corporal Brian Kelly. HM Aaron Kent. CWO Eric Kesterson. Specialist Eric King. Sergeant First Class Stephen Langmack. PFC Casey Laware. PFC Ken Leister. Specialist Justin Linden. PFC Duane E. Longstrom. CO First Class Jeffrey Lucas. Sergeant Charles Matheny. First Lieutenant Eric McRae. Specialist Eric McKinley. Sergeant William Meyerson. Specialist Holly Miller. Sergeant David Smith. Corporal James Moore. Sergeant Travis Muthart. Sergeant First Class Lawrence Morrison. Specialist Nathan Nakins. GO Third Class Marquez Nettle. Staff Sergeant Travis Nixon. Sergeant John Ogburn. Sergeant Adam Commodore. Lance Corporal Caleb Powers. CWO Clint Travers. TFC William Ramirez. Captain Gregory Ratzlaff. Sergeant Yadir Reynoso. Staff Sergeant David Reese. Corporal Stephen Rintaki. Lance Corporal Bob Roberts. Specialist Ricky Rockhold. Specialist Philip Rogers. Specialist Edwin Roodhouse. Specialist Jonathan Santos. Specialist Jeremiah Schmunk. PFC Kerry Scott. Specialist Jeffrey Schaefer. Lance Corporal Justin Price. Sergeant Jacob Simpson. Corporal Jeffrey Starr. Staff Sergeant Robert Seaver. WO Adrian Stump. Lance Corporal Shane Flanders. Sergeant Nicholas Thomas. Major Stephen Thornton. Specialist Brandon Hobler. Lance Corporal Tyler Troyer. Corporal Blake Duff. Staff Sergeant Abraham Twitchell. Staff Sergeant Christopher Vanderhorn. Lance Corporal Gary Van Leuven. Specialist Ryan Walker. Sergeant Donald Walters. PFC Andrew Ward. Sergeant First Class Mark Warren. Staff Sergeant David Weisenberg. Specialist Christopher Wesley. PFC Kevin Wesley. Moment. Staff Sergeant Christopher West. Specialist Chase Whitham. Lance Corporal Nathan Wood. PFC Curtis Wooten. Staff Sergeant Michael Zeiler. These men and women will not be forgotten here at IraqWarHeroes.org. I thank them all, and they will be remembered.
Q, thank you very much, and I do appreciate. I stood at attention with my hand over my heart while you read those names, very respectfully. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, and I encourage anyone to come out to the wall today and meet some of the veterans of our foreign wars.
Indeed. Thanks, Q.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna go to break and just reflect for a moment about those names. Each and every one of them is a great American patriot, paid the ultimate sacrifice for you and I. Each and every one of them, those 106 names he just read, are from Oregon and Washington. One of them was my friend, Kevin Davis. So, my friends, with that, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Weekend Edition.
Very tough. Let's go to Q in Portland. Hey, Q, how goes the effort?
Oh, you know it's going. The other day in the Oregonian, I read an article saying that less than 23% of Americans have any idea how many men and women we have lost overseas in the recent conflict. And so I'd like, Oregonians to be better informed.
They should go to your website, Iraq War Heroes.
Correct, IraqWarHeroes.org. Currently, I've got listed 4,527 names of men and women that have served in Iraq or in Afghanistan and have since deceased.
And if we elect either Obama or Hillary Clinton, they will simply flush that entire effort down the John.
Come on, don't scare me. I got a weekend coming up.
I know. Are you going to any funerals this weekend?
Yes, I was about to say, on Monday, I've got another mission. This is going to be for Corporal Jose Penigua Morales, U.S. Army, and this is going to take place in Lakewood, Washington. If you're out in that neck of the woods on Monday at about 1300, you should come out and pay your tribute. And, I can go a long ways without eating any food, but if anybody's out there that can help me with gas money, hey, please send me some, because I've got 3 more other missions pending. We just lost another kid from Everett, Washington, lost another kid from Northern California, and then also Eastern Washington. And, I will be doing my best to be out there to provide my services, which I provide for free to the families.
Very good. Well, and Q takes pictures at all the funerals. He posts them online. He also gives some private pictures to the families, and we appreciate his effort. The website is called IraqWarHeroes.org. To Dwayne in
Gosh, Jeff, I'm just absolutely great watching all the volunteers down here today helping us get this memorial completed by Veterans Day. But the reason why I called this morning is because I was driving and, of course, listening to KXL, and I heard you say Q was going to be on. And how many people in the state have a name by the name of Q?
Well, he is unique, to be sure.
Well, I was compelled to call because and this is going to embarrass you, I didn't actually know that he was at the job site yet, but I want our listeners to know exactly who this man is. We first encountered Q at our son's funeral, didn't quite know who he was or what he was doing, and Eric was number 9 from the state of Oregon to have died. And I'd love everybody to know that Q attends all the funerals.
Yes, he does.
And takes pictures of all the family services and then offers them to the family for, of course, no charge. And I'll tell you what, I just can't tell you the impact he has on individual lives and how much we appreciate what he does.
And he does it all on his own as a volunteer, doesn't he?
He does. And one of the things I wanted our listeners to know is it's very expensive to drive from one end of the state to next. And Q does not charge a dime for his services. And this man